Alright everybody, so today we are going to be doing a weather radio collection video. This is going to be a quick one though, because I mean, you guys already know my in-depth thoughts on these radios, so I'm not going to repeat myself that much. And plus, I want to make this video quick because it's late at night, it's almost midnight, and I just want to get this over with. So yeah. But yeah, I do have a few new radios that I got this year, so why not do a kind of updated weather radio collection video. I mean, it's only 3 radios, but this is obviously for the newer people. I know I've said it so many times, but I mean, you probably already know by now what it's about. So if you don't want to watch this video, then go ahead, you can click off the video. But if you are new to my channel and want to know about my collection, then you should probably stay on this video and you get to know about my collection, what radios I have, and stuff like that. And if you want to hear my full in-depth thoughts on my radios, then go ahead and check out my past weather radio collection videos. So yeah. So anyways, and yes, I have the fan. I have the fan on. Well, fans actually, because it is freaking warm in here, and I know I'm going to be sweating a little bit. So I just decided to turn on the fan. I'm not going to have the fan on the whole time. Well, all night, obviously, but just get used to it. It's just try to ignore it, but anyways, let's start. So first, we have these 3 radios. This is the Accuray 8500. This is the Midland WR120, which is my very first ever weather radio that I got back in July of 2021. And then that is the Max Digital. So yeah, so that's what those 3 are. And then this section here, that's the Emerson WBS12, aka the Pac-Man radio, like everybody likes to call it. This is the Eton FR600, which is pretty cool. This is my other WR120, which I was hoping to be a 120B, but it's not. It's just another 120 Easy, so yeah. And then this is a Recom RA1603A strobe light, which is connected to my 1630 there. This is my Radio Shack 12249, which is pretty cool, especially with the antenna design look. That back there is the the Accuray 8550 RX, which is a handheld radio, which is pretty cool. And then this section here, this is the Radio Shack 12250, pretty cool. The Recom R1630, like I said. The Radio Shack 12261, pretty cool as well. Those are Eton wireless modules for the ZoneGuard Plus, which we'll get to later. So yeah, and then this section here, this is my Midland WR300 version 8. How I know is because the button beeps say it all, and there's no text at the bottom. However, the V5 Deluxe also has no text at the bottom, but if it has these button beeps, it's a version 5 Deluxe. And speaking of this radio, this is the Midland WR100, most classic weather radio ever. This is the version 3 because it has a little monitor at the bottom, and it does not have the all hazards. So yeah. And then this radio here is the Oregon Scientific WR3000, which I got for Christmas of 2023. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then this top shelf here, this is one of my favorites, the Eton FR800. I really like this radio, although the antenna has definitely seen its better days. So yeah. And then this is the Jensen JEP250, which it has a really cool siren to it, which I like. And then this is the Radio Shack 12519, which is the first header version. So yeah, although it does have a wonky tuner to it, but that's alright, it's still activating. So Yeah, and then this is the Eton Zone Guard, which is pretty cool. And then this is a Midland 18 STR strobe light, which is connected to my WR300. So yeah. And then this radio down here is the Radio Shack 12247, which is pretty cool, I guess. And then this is one of my most recent radios that I got, which is the Uniden BC365 CRS scanner. Pretty cool button beeps, pretty cool backlight, pretty cool siren. Just this radio itself is just, it's all cool. So yeah. And then these two radios right here, that's the Midland ER102, and that's the Oregon Scientific WR602N. Both radios are pretty cool, I guess, although the 602 does have its little problem with activating sometimes for actual alerts, but for weekly tests it's always just bam 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 activating. But yeah, the decoders, it's just something else, but whatever. And then this radio is the Oregon Scientific WR601N, which, unlike the 602N, this one actually activates for everything, which is bam bam bam. It's never not failed to activate. So yeah. So anyways, and then moving to this radio, this is the Eton FR1. So yeah, it's connected to a USB cord, which is connected to this radio, which is the Midland WR400, which is a really nice radio. I really like it. And then this radio here is the Midland WR10, which has a very cool sounding siren to it. I really like it a lot. This radio is another one of my favorites because I just really like the scrolling to it. Is the Radio Shack 12521. It's pretty nice. So yeah, this radio here is a cool radio because of its siren. The First Alert WX167, I really like it. And this I got for my birthday last year, the Accurite 8510RX, which is pretty cool as well. So yeah, and it actually has a siren to it, unlike the 8500 and 8550, but whatever. So then, and then this radio here is the AlertWorks EAR10. It's pretty cool. It's got a first header siren to it. So yeah, and then behind it is another one of my recent radios that I got a few months back, or a couple. Actually, no, there was no way. It was I think it was like a couple months or a month. I don't know, but it's definitely recent. The Vector VEC 438, which is, it's all right. It's definitely, it's good. It's a first header radio, which is cool. So yeah. And then this radio here is the bless me. It's not a sneezing. It's the Jensen JEP 725, which is a really nice radio. I really like it. Like, the top of it will light up whenever it goes off for an alert, which is really nice. Although I do think the First Alert SFA 1150 is slightly better because it actually stays on because it's same activation, unlike this one, which is 1050, due to a chip shortage. Accordingly to Ruskin Emergency Alerts' weather collection video. So yeah, apparently due to a chip shortage, they made this thing 1050 hertz. So yeah, it kind of sucks, but whatever. It's still good radio nonetheless. And then this radio is the Eton F1370, which is a really nice radio. I really like it, although the battery life, well, actually, depending on the brand of the battery, sometimes it will suck, sometimes it will last for quite a bit. The batteries I have in it are kind of low on it, so yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, see, it won't even focus. Yeah, see, it just turns off by itself. That's really the only thing I don't like about it, is whenever the batteries get low and it turns off by itself. I know why, because, you know, so it doesn't die completely, like die, but still though, just kind of sucks. But anyways, now on to all this. Let's go to the top row. So this is the Radio Shack 12260. It's pretty something. This is the Midland HH54 version 15, which is really nice. Although the button beeps can get a little bit annoying after a while, but whatever, it's okay. This is the Eton ZoneGuard Plus, which is definitely an interesting radio, I must say. So yeah. And then this is the Midland HH50 Pocket Radio, which is pretty cool, I guess. It's pretty nice. It's definitely good, I guess. And then this is the Radio Shack 12259, beige edition. So yeah. And then this radio here is the Midland 74200. I do like this radio. It's got a pretty unique siren to it. And it activates on whatever header. Sometimes third header, sometimes second header, sometimes first header. So, yeah. This radio here is definitely a cool radio for its design look. The Radio Shack 12-500, also known as the Weather Cube. I definitely like this radio, although it can be forgotten quite a bit. So, yeah, that's really why I got it, so that no one forgets about it, and also because it's literally a cube. It's literally freaking fantastic. So, yeah. And then this radio here is the Midland ER310, which is by far the best weather radio ever. It, like, literally, it's just, it's perfect. Like, solar panel's perfect, the flashlight's perfect, DXing on it is perfect, reception's perfect, everything about this radio is perfect. Although, with my radio's antenna, it's kind of experiencing the arthritis a little bit. Well, if it can, there it goes. Yeah. I definitely have used this radio a little too much for the DXing. So I think I might calm down a little bit. So yeah. And now on to this section. This is the Midland WR30. Not to get confused with the 74210, because they're literally the same exact thing, except the only real difference is that in the menu, when you're scrolling through, oh yeah, that's another thing. Instead of pressing it, you have to hold it. That's another thing. But another thing is this. The 74210 has disable warning. The WR30 has disable watch. So yeah. And if you flip it over on the back, it will also say WR30 with a sticker on it. So yeah. And another noticeable thing is that I think the decoder on the WR30 is a lot better compared to the 74210. Because literally, look how many alerts it's gone off for. Literally, that's just this thing is a beast. This thing is way better at decoding stuff. Unlike my 74210, which I think has gave up on activating. So yeah. And then this radio here is the First Alert WX150, which I do think is really nice. It's pretty cool. So yeah. Although it is hooked to a cord antenna because the actual antenna itself broke. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but that's alright. And then this radio here is the Raycom R1650, which is basically just the AM/FM version of the 1630. So yeah, not much to say about it. And then this radio here is the Running Snail MD319. Not much to say about it, although The backlight it's got a pretty cool color to it though, I will say that. And it also has a factory strobe light to it too. So yeah, which is just sitting on top of one of my adapters. Speaking of adapters, I do think I might have to upgrade adapters again because I am definitely running out of space, especially there. I'm definitely gonna have to. I'm gonna upgrade that adapter because it's really small and there's just I definitely do think I should definitely get a lot more radios for this desk here, and I need to upgrade that adapter to like a bigger one like this. So yeah. So I can put more radios somewhere, especially right here, because look at all this space right here. So, yeah. Although another thing is I am starting to run out of radios to find because nowadays the radios that I'm trying to find are a little bit rare or expensive. I'm looking at the WX100. It's very expensive. So yeah. But anyways, now on to the final section of radios, which is right here. This is the Radio Shack 12996, which is a touchscreen radio, which is, I believe, the only touchscreen there is. Or the touchscreen radio there is. So, yeah. Very nice speaker quality as well. It's amazing. So yeah. And then this radio here is the Midland WR11, which is the successor to the WR10, although it's another rare radio that I was able to find on eBay for an auction, and I won it, and now it's right here sitting with my other radios. So yeah. And then this radio here is the Sangean CL100, which I definitely like for its RDS capabilities on FM. So yeah, and the reception on AM is amazing, although the batteries on it are dead, or there's just no batteries at all, so that kind of sucks. I definitely need to get some more batteries, but you know, whatever, I'll find some one day. This radio here is another rare radio, but it's not, I don't think it's as rare as the WR11 and 996, but yeah, this radio is, it's definitely, it's still kind of rare, but it's not as rare as the WR11 and 996. This is the Radio Shack 12382, which I definitely like this radio. It's really nice. So yeah. And then, so yeah. And then this is the Capello. Don't mind my my light through the glare, but yeah. But anyways, yeah, this radio is basically just like the Max Digital, except there is a slight difference, because you see how the Max Digital has a stripe right there? The Capello does not. And the radio snooze button is at the bottom instead of above the display itself. Other than that, the siren's the same, the button beeps are the same, speaker quality is basically the same, I guess, and the reception's probably as good. So yeah. And now on to these last two radios. This is the Radio Shack 12991. This is a red logo edition. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I definitely like it for its DXing and reception, although once again the antenna is experiencing antenna arthritis again. Yeah, pretty much if you see antenna arthritis on my radios, it's mainly because either I was fiddling around with them a little too much trying to get reception, or I just DX with them a little too much. So yeah, I definitely really need to find something to fix. I wonder if there really is a way to fix antenna arthritis. I think you just like screw in the screws with the antenna, like, because I think the antenna arthritis is caused by like the loosenings of the screws, or I don't know. I don't really know what it is, but I don't know. Or if I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. And then this radio here, this last radio here, which is blocked by a bunch of cords. This is the RCA radio that I got for Christmas of 2022. Yeah, it just mainly just sits there looking pretty. So, yeah, but anyways, that's really about it. Oh yeah, another radio that I have to, is this radio. The Radio Shack 12522. Yeah, this radio I've seen better days. The tuner did not die, don't worry, but the reason why it's out of service is because whenever I power it on with batteries, it's just like, all it shows is just like square boxes. Like, it doesn't want to power on. Like, it turns on, it shows something, but it just doesn't want to like literally like turn on to like show the clock and stuff like that. Like the 259 is doing right here. It doesn't want to show it. It's stuck. It's like it crashed or freaking soft locked or something. I don't know. But yeah. So that's why it's out of service. So yeah. It's definitely a really good radio though. I like its color, but sadly it has to be put out of service because it just doesn't want to power on. Well, it's powering on. It shows signs. It shows that it powers on, but it just doesn't want to like power on. Like completely get through with it or something like that. I don't know how to explain it, but it's the best that I can do. So yeah. So this wraps up the collection video. Like I said, I know it was kind of short than usual. Usually these videos are 40 minutes to an hour, but I just decided to go just getting over it because I just don't want to repeat myself. So yeah. So anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys got to learn a lot about my collection and what radios that I have and what radios are out of service. I do have a couple other radios that were out of service or put out of service now, such as the Radio Shack 12262, which the tuner died on it, and another radio that I know is the Midland 74210, which the decoder on it is pretty much dead on it. Like, it just gave up on activating. So I just put it away. And that's why I got the WR30, because I thought it would be better. And it definitely is. So yeah. So that's pretty much going to wrap up the video. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll be able to get more radios in the future. And hopefully I'll be able to upgrade that adapter to a bigger one, so I can put some radios right here on the desk. Well, as long as my Chromebook doesn't screw everything up when I turn it on, but yeah. So yeah guys, so hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, and I will see you all later.